Instagram, just literally just close. Just close. Just exit it out. I didn't touch nothing. Just exit it out. Couldn't even save the live. Couldn't even save it. Whatever, dude. I don't even give a fuck, honestly. Hopefully some of y'all were screen recording. Literally, Instagram just like kaput quit on me and exited me out. My point is, all these men are people who are in charge for the sake of making themselves and their billionaire friends more money. They literally don't care who's dying. They don't care who's getting tortured. They don't care about refugees. They don't care about the waters rising. Florida's gonna... It's funny that Florida voted the way that they did, because it's like, baby girl, you're the first to go. Like, you're the coast. Oh, climate change is gonna hit us first. Already, I know so many people who are losing their houses to flooding in Florida. Like, y'all can choose to believe that climate change is fake. You can choose that. But you're 100% gonna be hit with the consequences of that choice. Mama Gaia is not playing with us. She will rid herself of the parasites. She will. It's not a question. It's a win. Okay? Anyways, the other point that I wanted to make was, because since the other one got deleted, I don't even know if it makes sense to post this one, but Trump is lying about not counting fucking mail-in ballot votes and saying he'll go to the Supreme Court and that the elections are over because he said so. That is totalitarianism. That is dictatorship. That is fascism. Look up all of those words if you don't know what they mean. Sucks. I dropped so many gems in that last live. So many gems. Instagram never lets me be great. It's funny because Instagram, when I post my ass, man, I got like literally 1 million views in like less than 24 hours. When I post my face, so many views, so many likes, you know? And then when I post political content or talk about anything of this nature or try to shed light, I get hella shadow banned. Like, people don't even get notifications about my posts who have my post notifications turned on type shadow banned. So but this is not no matter what happens tonight, just know that you are being lied to on a regular basis. You are being bombarded by propaganda on a regular basis. Bombarded. Like, it's not even... I'm not even gonna answer some of y'all. Some of y'all say this dumbest shit. I'm just like, wow. Why do you even follow me? Whatever. But then some of y'all are really, really present with me. And you understand what's happening. And that's why I talk. And that's why I do this shit. Because we gotta have these conversations. We gotta have these real conversations, like truth conversations, not the amount of lying that comes out of this dude's, like the mierda, like this color, like coming out of his mouth on a regular basis. And it's not even like I'm mad, because again, I'm not surprised. I've been saying this. I've been saying this since he was running for president the first time. This man is a fascist, a con artist, a liar, a misogynist, an accused rapist of a child who is 13. And I believe her. Because the way that man talks about his own daughter, I'm just like, yo, like, this man is a creep. An uneducated creep. You know? It's just... it's fucking tragic, bro. It's actually tragic to me that, like, this is happening. And that people actually still consciously voted for this man. Like, you didn't even have to vote for him. He was gonna do this regardless. He was gonna invalidate the election regardless. The voter suppression this year, since the beginning of time, again, this is white people experiencing voter suppression for the first time. You know what I'm saying? This is stuff that's been happening. I can't watch. Odessa, I see you. Are you watching? Yeah, I literally can't watch. I was talking with my friend. I said it, like, when that man speaks, I literally can't listen to it because the vibration of his words and his message is so low and so fake and so much lying that I literally can't watch it. As an empath, like, I get sick to my stomach. I get actually sick to my stomach. Wait, let's go live, bitch. These people real quick. Odessa, answer. Let's talk to these bitches real quick.
This is so bad. This is so bad. Hi.
Hey,
I'm watching.
tell the people what's up.
What's up, guys? This is probably the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. Okay, so we're still watching. I don't know. Did you see where Trump spoke?
No, I didn't watch it, but I heard what he said, and that's what I'm trying to talk about, is like the amount of lie and propaganda coming out of his mouth when he says that mail-in ballots aren't going to count.
Yeah, and what you said about voter suppression too is so right. Like, it is the first time that white people are actually experiencing voter suppression because everybody's been like,
if you even have the right to vote this year, it's because you have privilege.
it's like, I mean, people are lucky to begin with, like, the history and like how far we've come to be able to vote. Like, us being women, like, bitch, our grandparents, like, our grandmothers couldn't have voted, I'm sure. And like, black people couldn't vote, women couldn't vote, nobody could vote. It was just the white man. And now we're like at a place where people could vote. And I'm just really fucking hoping that they made the right choice and actually voted the right way.
Right.
Because this is bad.
Exactly. Because, and the thing for me, too, is like, it's not even about right or wrong at this point, because legitimately Trump is a fascist. Like, I just have I have no problem saying it because I've been saying it since before he was even elected the first time. This man is a straight up propagandist, egocentric.
A lot of people I mean, I don't know if you've been getting this at all, but I've been getting a lot of people saying like, oh, be careful, like, talking about Trump on your platform because you don't want people to, like, people are scary. And like, bitch, you're right, people are scary, but you have to talk about it. You can't be afraid to talk about it anymore because then, like, who is gonna say it? Like, yeah, this man is a literal demon from hell. Like, what?
I've literally been told that so many times. It's just like, be careful what you say, be careful how you talk about things. And it's funny because I don't hear anybody telling him to be careful about his reckless ass, lying ass mouth. Like, I don't hear anybody telling him to be careful about who he offends.
It's because the people who support him are the people you have to be scared of being hurt from. Like they will hurt you.
They will literally hurt
Like
you.
people
And that's the
that
thing.
they
That's
even,
also another thing that I really found interesting. Like when the Black Lives Matter protests sparked up as intensely as they did after George Floyd and Breonna's deaths, which, by the way, if you look at history, again, cyclically, every time there's an election year, something like
yeah.
this happens.
Oh yeah.
Every
I
time there's
mean,
an
this
election
year
year, something like this
specifically
happens.
is crazy because I don't know if you saw this, but like everything is boarded up here.
That's the thing, is that they literally, I remember people just being like, oh, these violent leftists, they're rioting, they're setting things on fire, they're so violent, all this stuff, right? And they
Mm-hmm.
say leftists as if like it's super radical to want the state to not kill people, right? It's really radical to not
Yeah.
want cops shooting
Crazy,
citizens.
right?
Really
It's
crazy.
like, I don't know if you saw that video that I posted when the protests were happening, but it shows like a comparison of what they say when
It's
there are,
happening on the media
yeah,
versus what's
what's
actually happening in real life, right?
exactly like white people rioting versus um black people and white
Protest.
people and everybody protesting.
Peacefully.
That's all of a
Like
sudden
I
that's a
went to many
riot.
protests, and every time
Yeah.
that I've been to a protest, it's not about violence. There's de-escalation of violence everywhere. The people who incite the violence are legitimately the people in uniform.
I mean, come
Period.
on, dude. The fucking little kid, period. The little kid that came with the fucking gun and starts shooting he killed one of the protesters. It's like that
In front of
dude,
cops and went
and
home.
they were like praising him
My
for it
dude,
because,
blue lives. Like,
oh my God, like it's crazy. It's so scary.
but
It's,
also the point being, like, all of the right wing Trump supporters, their number one argument for all of that was these looters, they're so violent. When things don't go their way, they just get so violent.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? And I just find it ironic how much projection goes on from that side. Like their inability to take
oh my
accountability
God.
for
Yeah,
themselves or
it's
even like
insane.
know truth. Like, you guys are the ones that are willing to literally murder people because they look different than you.
Yeah. And it's
Intimidate,
like,
threaten,
do you know who Rainn
insult.
Wilson is? Did you ever watch The Office?
Oh yeah.
So he's Dwight. He plays Dwight on The Office. And
Mm.
I follow his Instagram, and he posted on Halloween. He was like, this couple wins Halloween. And it was a young black couple imitating the fucking white couple that went on their lot with guns and put guns to the protesters, and their Halloween costume was them. And the woman in the couple, she did whiteface, and there were so many comments on his post that were like, oh, so like it's okay for a black person to do whiteface, but a white person can't do blackface. And these comments were just like fucking insane. And then so finally, I think like 3 days later or something like that, he like posted a video of him talking about it, and he was like, I would just like to address the comments and what's been happening, the controversy on the fucking Halloween post that I made. And then he goes, absolutely, I think it is fully okay for a black person to do whiteface, and it is absolutely not okay for a white person to do blackface. And there's a fucking reason for that. It is because there is history. You know what I mean? And it's just
That's the
like,
thing. People forget about that history thing. Like, people really just don't like
yeah.
history.
And
It's just
it's,
all of the way that things are happening right now. It's like y'all must really not read history
yeah,
books. Like
it's,
you never showed up to class. Y'all got an F.
well,
Like,
the thing, like, on top of that, like, even if you did go to history class, they weren't fucking teaching us this. I never learned about black history in school. I only recently started learning it. Like, when I was younger, when I was like 14, 15 also, I never knew how damaging the N-word was. Like, I didn't know. And I would have known, and I would have been better educated on it if they had taught black history in school as well, but they fucking don't. Literally, it's, I don't, did you see that fucking meme where it's like you're learning about Egypt and it's a white dude with an Egyptian,
yeah, that's telling me though. That
like,
was the Greeks,
that's
like, came to through and
insane.
they were like, I want to be a pharaoh. I'm gonna use all the garb and I'm just gonna do that.
Yeah,
Like,
and we don't
white
learn
Europeans
anything
have been
about
coming
cultural
into black and
appropriation
indigenous
either.
spaces forever and just being like, wow, you guys are savages, but you guys got some cool shit that we're gonna take, and then we're gonna wipe you out, and enslave you, and then make sure to completely disenfranchise you for the rest of time. But don't be mad about it, okay? Like, be chill.
It's insane, dude. I mean, it also just shows like how shitty our fucking school system is too. Because like I have
And also,
siblings.
let's be real, like society. Like we have
Oh my
all
God, yeah.
been brainwashed into these very toxic cycles and very toxic environments, especially with the rise of social media. People are so in their own
Oh
little
my God, I think
world.
social media is like the worst thing that has
Everybody's in
ever
their
happened.
own reality. Like nobody agrees on anything, truly. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like,
Yeah.
there's this weird entitlement to be able to dismiss.
Yeah.
And that's really what it comes down to, is like people who support this man, it's like
Very
y'all
dismissive and
refuse
uneducated.
they just refuse truth. They refuse
Did
it.
you
They're
see
like,
the live
I
that I
don't
did
really
earlier?
care about what you're telling me. The person that I believe is saying that you're wrong and saying that you're
Exactly.
lying, so
And
I'm
it's
gonna
that,
believe that person.
yeah, and it's the just like the inability to like learn things for yourself. Did you see the live that I did earlier?
I haven't. No, I didn't.
Okay, well,
Oh wait, the one of you with the Trump brigade?
Yeah.
Yo, I was talking about that as well. I was doing a live earlier, but then Instagram literally like just shut off on me and
What?
like exited me out, so I couldn't save the live.
That's
Yeah,
weird.
yeah. But I was talking about that, and I was talking about how like I'm so disappointed in Florida, like so
In
disappointed in
what?
Florida. But I'm not surprised by it because I've been seeing those brigades like with the flags and people with the fucking banderas out on their lawns, and like there are very strong supporters of this man, and like when I see those things, it incites literal fear in my soul.
Yeah.
And it's wild that these people are like, oh, I just have a different political opinion. It's like, no, you don't. You are legitimately aligning yourself with fascism, and that literally infringes on people's rights to be alive. That is
Go
not
the
opinion.
fuck off. Yeah,
When
that's
someone
exactly
dies
it.
because of your opinion, that's not an opinion, that's violence.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah. It's like I literally asked them while I was on live. There's a part where I asked them, I was like, okay, because something that a lot of people were commenting on it once it posted was like, oh, I don't think that it's okay to just yell at someone for having a different political view. And I was saying,
But then they
well,
yell at us.
okay, like, so then this time that I went past the Trump rally, I was like, instead of just like immediately going, fuck you, because that's what I did last time. This time I was like, why are you voting for Trump? And I asked them, and they literally couldn't even give me one real reason. Their reason was, why not? Are you insane? Why not? And you're gonna vote for him just because why not? Like, this dictates our whole fucking future.
Yeah,
It's
not even like a why not. There is a straight up why, and it's because they feel the same way. Like at this point, if you still support that, you feel the same way. And then it's like a lot of people, especially white Cubans, they like to be like, oh, well, we're anti-communism and we're anti-socialism because we saw that destroy our country, which I understand. But the cognitive dissonance happens when you can't recognize a fascist, no matter what political agenda they say they're using. You can be a fascist capitalist. You can be a fascist communist. You can be a fascist socialist. You could be a fascist whatever the fuck, because fascism is totalitarianism, is a dictator, is a person in charge who doesn't give a fuck about the people, who is purely in there for the interest of himself and his pocket. That is Castro, and that is also Trump.
Facts. That is so fucking true. That's why it's so scary, because he said multiple times, like, if he loses, he's not willing to pass over the torch peacefully.
He said it right now. He was just talking and literally
I know.
was like, I've won all of before polling.
Well, he's trying to win. Exactly.
I won.
He's trying to be like, oh, it's already too late.
I'm gonna take this to the Supreme Court.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take it to the Supreme Court. It's like,
I know. Did you see him say?
Hello,
oh my God,
Monty?
it's scary. Oh, and the people in the room, nobody was wearing masks. It's like, we are literally in the middle of a global pandemic. This is a real life thing. It's not a joke. So many people have died. under his power.
Even
When
beyond
Obama
dying,
was the
it's like
president,
people even like to talk about like the death, and yes, a lot of people have died, but it's also a lot of people have been hospitalized. A
yeah,
lot of people can't breathe properly anymore. They with their breath
that's
feels like
true.
they're breathing in glass. A lot of people survived, but they were intubated, so they can never use their lungs the same way.
Oh
A
my
lot of
God.
people didn't die, but now they have chronic blood problems and heart problems. There's all kinds of side
Yeah,
effects
there's aftermath of
in
it too.
the
It's
way
not
that
all
this has
about like the
affected some
deaths.
people. You know what I'm
Do you
saying?
remember Ebola?
Uh-huh.
So that was probably going to turn into something this big, but we happen to have someone in power that like knew more so how to control it. Maybe it wasn't exactly the same as coronavirus because obviously this is like sweeping the whole entire world, but when Obama was the president, if Ebola happened while Trump was the president, I don't know what would have happened, you know?
I mean, it's all about, public health and public safety is not a concern of this presidency.
Yeah.
Like that's a whole thing. Is like public health. He's rolled back 100. I don't want to misspeak. 130 something or 105 something around that nature, between 100 and 130
Of what?
environmental protections. Just in the
Oh
4 years
yeah,
he's
what
been
the
around.
fuck? Wait, I forgot to write that in my. I'm literally gonna write that down right now because I need to include that.
Yeah, my
You're
friend
right.
posted it today. I'm gonna go check her page just to get the fact for you. I'll
Oh,
send you
like he
the
fully
clip.
pulled out of the what's it called
The Paris fucking climate agreement. Exactly.
Yes.
He to this day denies that it's a thing. Like he still denies that it's a thing, and is
Rocky, I
continuing to
hear you.
roll back
Shut up.
environmental protections. Like that is his, because he wanted industry in the United States. He wanted the oil industry to be self-sufficient in the United States.
Yeah, you know why? Fucking money, dude. That's all that he cares about.
And that's all his supporters care about. It's money over everything. Money over profit.
Mm-hmm.
Money over people, profit over people. And that is literally, when you ask a Trump supporter why they support Trump, I'm dead ass.
They can't tell you.
They
It's money.
can't tell you. And the only things that they really got are, oh, well, he won't raise our taxes.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's like a lot of Republicans. It's like they're Republicans because of the money aspect, but it's like, I mean, dude, it's just insane.
But even the Democrat or Republican, your taxes are going to be raised, honey.
Yeah, facts.
The only people that get tax cuts are the rich.
Yes.
Like literally, look at history. Look at it. Look at what's been going down. Like that's
it's so fucked up.
It is so fucked up. It is so obvious, and it's not even. It's so obvious, but then I understand we're one of the, like, we're number one, make America great or whatever. We're not the greatest when it comes to education. We defund education on a regular basis, so it's not even surprising to me that we're all as stupid as we are. You know what I'm saying?
I have siblings that grew up in Vienna. I have like two of my sisters live in Vienna, Austria, and they speak English, German, Russian. They're very well educated and well versed with a lot of things. They know, and the thing that is, I think, so amazing what they learn over there is they also learned hardcore about the Holocaust, and they learned about what they did to Jews,
To perpetuate
and
it,
to gay
to enable
people,
it.
because they need to educate themselves so that history doesn't repeat itself.
See,
but
that's
also because
accountability
it's
that
important.
Americans don't have.
And that's what I was saying about the fact that I never learned about Black history in school is so fucked up because I'm white. I need to know about that. Everybody needs to know about that. Are you joking? That should be mandatory. It's insane. Like, our school system is so fucked up. Oh my God. If we were just better educated, if we had the same system that they had, like Europe is. Oh my God. I can't believe we're here right now.
I know, but
I really didn't think that he would win the first round. Now I'm like nervous.
Rising all over the world, and that's
What'd you say?
I said alt-right fascism is rising all over the world. And the thing is, it's really funny because it's being done on purpose and it's being done very strategically.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like we're all just waiting right now. for the shit to like, it's already hit the fan, but like we're waiting for all the walls to be completely covered in shit before we're like, oh wait, it smells in here.
Yeah.
Oh
So
wait,
funny.
oh wait, it does smell like shit. Oh wait, that is shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like, it shouldn't have to take us experiencing the depths of pain that this can go into for a lot of people. Because
Oh my
again, when
God.
we're talking about this pandemic, we also we talk about how many people have died, but we have not mentioned how many people have lost their jobs, how many people have committed
yeah, you're
suicide
so
because they
right.
are so hopeless right now. How many people are on the streets? How many people cannot find food? Cannot, like, we don't talk about that. We really don't talk
The
about
amount
that.
of people
Or
that
how
are on
much
the
that
street right
affects
now.
the psyche, the collective psyche of this country. You know what I'm saying? When if
Yeah.
everyone's in fear mode and anxiety mode and struggle and
This
crisis
my little
mode,
sister.
survival mode, what's up?
What do you have to say to the people voting for Trump? What do you say to them?
Absolutely fucking nothing. Not worth my goddamn time.
Thank you. No, you're supposed to just say fuck Donald Trump. This is mine.
Mayor.
Thank you.
Mayor.
Yeah.
Mayor Bar. Mayor Bar. Yeah, but anyways, you're completely right.
Yeah. Honestly, it's just wild to me that we're in this position again after
Yeah, I'm
everything
really happy that
we've
you're actually
endured, you
like
know?
down to talk about it on like social media too, because like a lot of people, can you guys shut the fuck up? Jesus. Because a lot of people are afraid to, so I'm happy that you're like down to talk about it, because
Yeah.
a lot of
You
people are
too,
like, what are
babe.
you doing? I'm like, what do you mean? What are you doing?
What are you doing? And
It's
it's like
honestly
everyone's like,
hilarious.
"Oh,
Like
you're
when
gonna
he came,
alienate people," and I'm just like, I
yeah.
don't give a single fuck. If you feel alienated from the mentality of everybody should be on the same frequency and we should all recognize our oneness and we should all like maybe not be killing each other. Like if
I don't
y'all
know,
can't
maybe
fuck
it's
with
just a
that
thought.
energy, like get the fuck out of my page. I
Just a
don't
thought.
care about your ass.
Oh my God. And that was the other thing. Like when Donald Trump was standing behind RBG at her funeral, I was like fuming, and I posted about it, and I was like, fuck this piece of actual fucking shit. And then I was like, you know what? He doesn't even deserve to be called a piece of shit. Like, he's not, shit gives back to the
Shit
world.
gives back to the
He's a
earth.
human.
I don't
And
even know what
all
he is. I don't even
fucking Trump
call
supporters
him.
were like commenting on my page like 2020, 2020, 2020. I'm like, you leave. I don't want you here. I'd
You
rather you guys
box.
all know that I hate him, like, and get off of my fucking page. Like, it's gross. That I just like, if you support him, there's like, I've tried to like have conversations with people that support him, but there is no conversation there. I've tried so many times. They're
Oh, me
so
too, girl.
stubborn and they're
Me
stuck
too.
in it. So
You
at
know
this
what?
point, I'm
You
just
know,
like, fuck you.
I had a conversation with this dude one time. I ended up in a house full of like 6 men, right? 7 men.
Oh God.
3 of them were white men. No, 2 of them, sorry, were white men, and 4 of them were black. Okay, one of them was like mixed, but the other 3 were black. And it was just so interesting when politics came up, because the 2 white men, which by the way were like the managers of these black men, right? Who did music, who did art, these 2 white dudes were the ones who make all their money off of these black men, right? And they were arguing with me in front of these men about why the Black Lives Matter movement is propagandist and fake, and that America's not racist.
Right.
And then
it was the
talking to
2
me,
white
and then
guys.
it's just every single fucking word that came out of their mouth was 100% aligned with neo-Nazism. And I was just like, this is, one of them was a QAnon, bro. One of them was legitimately a fucking QAnon. And I'm like, you guys have some fucking nerve making your entire careers and livelihoods off of these men's backs and having the fucking audacity to talk about this in front of them with your full fucking chest. Like, the fucking
That's insane.
arrogance, the dissonance. And then I was arguing with the main dude, right? The one who controlled the brain of his friend.
Mm-hmm.
He was so mad that I kept hitting him with backs, man. He was visibly angry, like
Wait, like you were just talking to them about it, like right
this
in front of
face,
them
and
too,
like
like.
just super fuming. And then at one point he was just like, you're baby, calm down. Projection.
Calm down, baby.
Have you ever heard of projection, my love? Like, wow, it's so funny that you tell me I'm stubborn for giving you truth, but you are spitting back all this fake fucking shit, all these lies, and you're not stubborn. And then in front of my face, he's like, oh, she's so two-dimensional. She's so like one-dimensional.
Ew, what the fuck?
I was like, excuse me, honey, I'm in your fucking presence, and while I'm in your fucking presence, you're gonna respect me. Thank you very much. You want to talk shit
Yeah,
about
who's
me when I
she?
leave?
The
That's
fucking
cool.
girl's
But while
cat?
I'm here,
Like, what the fuck?
you're gonna respect me, bitch. You know, like who the
Ugh.
fuck do you think you are?
I mean,
And both of them come from money, and both of them make their money off.
that was another
black
thing that I said. I
crap.
was like, I bet that Trump hasn't even fucking graduated high school, and if he has, I bet it was because of money.
Oh, everything was because of money. Even his fucking college acceptance, even his dodging of the draft, all of that was because of money.
Dodging of the draft.
He
Yeah.
dodged the draft. He literally dodged the fucking draft. And that's fine. Like, you know, all of us want to dodge drafts. None of us want to, like, be taken into war when we can't fight, right?
I mean,
But
I
they
wouldn't
have
be
no
surprised
problem
if there
drafting
was
for
another
that.
one.
They have
Like,
no
the
problem
draft
with
was
that.
the scariest thing ever. Imagine having your birthday just on a screen. All of a sudden, you have to go and shoot people and, like, literally kill people. And you have no say.
I literally can't even fathom that.
It's like, have you ever seen
I
the
would go to
movie
prison.
Across
I
the
would
Universe?
absolutely go to prison over that.
Have you ever
Muhammad
seen the
Ali
movie?
for life. Like, what? Like, I would literally go to, I would 100% prefer to be caged
Oh yeah, it was
than to
an
go kill
option.
people
Go to prison
in the
or
name of fucking
go
industry.
to where you get drafted. But have you ever seen the movie Across the Universe?
Oh my god, it's my favorite movie.
It's okay. There's a part in it where this girl, he gets drafted and she's like, so go to France. He's like, I don't know French. Like, I can't go. She's like, go to France, learn French or die. And it's literally like, yeah, like leave or go and fight and die. Like,
And if you come back, and when he came back, he was all fucked up in the head.
yeah, as they all are. Like, it's so it like really just
Yo,
I mean,
we have
come on.
vets on the streets. We have veterans on the streets.
I know, that was insane.
We have veterans who cannot afford health care. We have veterans who come back home and are left alone.
Yeah, you're so right. Every time you pass a fucking freeway exit, there's a vet standing there with a sign. And he's like, I'm a veteran. And because when you go, like, what, you get paid like nothing, and then you're just
But
back.
for a lot of poor individuals, like the military is literally the only option for getting schooling, for getting paid, for getting, you know, a consistent job. Like, and that's the same thing with policing. You know what I'm saying? It's like, this is a state-sponsored job that is literally, it's sustaining. It's one of the only options that a lot of these people have, considering the level of education they got to, or considering, you know, any of the above. You know, like that's where we talk about the root problem, the core issues, the real reason why we're in the space that we're in, the real reason why a person like Trump can be elected is not just because of the ignorance. It's because of why are we ignorant? How are we allowed to call ourselves the greatest country in the world, but we don't even have the highest level of education? We don't have a medium income for everybody. Like, not a whole huge large percentage of our population is living in poverty, right below the poverty line, or teetering on the poverty line. And
yeah, well,
this
it was
charge right now, over these past 4 years, even though people like to talk about, oh, he helped us out so much, I make so much more money now because of him, blah 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 blah, whatever. That's cool. That's called inflation, right? So when things really hit the fan, as they are about to, okay, that economy, when that money market disappears and everybody realizes finally once and for all that it's all fucking fake numbers, what's gonna matter when money doesn't matter?
Well, he's already saying that it is fake numbers because they're counting actual votes. It's like a lot of, like, the Democrats voted early.
And now he's saying no mail-in ballots.
What's up?
That is fascism, my friends. How are you not going to count
I'm on a
all
live
votes
right now.
in a democracy through democratic process?
Okay, Mom,
and
go.
not,
I love you. Sorry, what did you say?
I said,
I'm not running
how are
right
you
now.
going to not count all the votes in a democratic process, because it's 100% democratic to send in a mail-in ballot, right?
Yeah.
So how are you going to say we're not going to count those votes and not be a fascist?
Well, when he says that makes us a fucking, like, this is what makes us a democratic state. is that we can
Is that
vote.
we have the right to vote, right? But that's the thing, is like, that's a fucking illusion. Clearly.
Yeah, and that's the other funny
Because
thing
there wouldn't be
about
no
the
voter suppression. Everybody would be able to vote. Everybody would be able to vote regardless of whether or not they missed their sign-up time 3 months prior, right? You know what I'm saying? Like if
you
this
could
was
vote up to the
actually an
very last
accessible
minute still.
democracy, if it was actually an accessible democracy, all of those things would not exist. Gerrymandering would not exist. All of these different political tactics that people have, even just like how much money it takes to even be a candidate. Millions, you need millions of dollars backing you in order to even be considered for a ballot, to be on a ballot. You know what I'm saying? So like, if this was a real democracy, none of those things would exist. Even the founding fathers, who were slave owners, okay, who had zero concept of what a democracy was, but even they would have said the same exact thing. Benjamin Franklin said that a two-party system will be the demise of democracy in the United States.
Yeah.
Because it's not a democracy when you're choosing between two lesser evils. That is not a government by the people for the people. Those people, all of those people, are literally there to support corporate interests and have been for many years, even before Trump came around. Trump is just the businessman that got to the position. He's the one that made it.
I mean, I can't believe that he was even voted for to begin with, because he's a TV personality.
Yeah.
But now I'm like, there are
TV
personalities that I would vote for.
This too. Fans are crazy.
Like Yara, you know Yara?
Fans are loyal.
Do you know Yara?
Who?
Yara Shahidi.
Oh yeah, of course.
Like, if she ran for president, I would vote for her no matter what.
In less than a second.
That's the only person that it would make sense, though, for you to vote for, that doesn't have, like, you need to have, and she's going to law school too. Yeah. And people voted for Trump. Like, he has no, I feel like it should be illegal for someone to, I feel like it should be illegal for someone to vote for, or not